Welcome to FXEmpire. I'm John Morgan going over the crypto markets with you today. It is the 29th of May, 2024. Starting off here, taking a look at the total crypto market cap chart. Not much of a change from what we talked about yesterday, just really kind of flat. It is staying above that upper trend line. It is very even with the Tenkan-sen within the Ichimoku system, so that's something to look out for. If it drops below that, maybe a little iffy, but otherwise just very sideways performance for the whole market right now. Moving on to the altcoin market cap, excluding Ethereum, same story, very flat. The close of yesterday and so far today, we're still above the Tenkan-sen on the daily chart, so that's positive. The RSI is flattening out near that 55 level, so everything still looks overall bullish. Things are just in a wait and see phase here. Now taking a peek at Bitcoin. It has fallen down below the Tenkan-sen. The Kijun-sen is right below it here. There's a strong support zone within the Ichimoku system on the daily chart here, between 65K even and 66K. So you've got the Kijun-sen, the top of the Ichimoku cloud here, which is Senko Span B. That's a pretty good support zone. Additionally, the RSI, which is still in bull market conditions, is just a hair above that first oversold a level, that first support level at 50. So for Bitcoin, at least, yes, it could dip down a little bit more, but in the near term, there is some strong support structure in the oscillators and within the Ichimoku system. Taking a look now at Bitcoin's 4-hour chart, it's not the best. It's a little iffy here. I mean, you could draw trend lines all day in this and find lots of reasons to be bullish and bearish, but this trend line here, the one that was existing already, not these two, this is what's called a dominant interior angle. It's an angle that connects the minor swings and prior up and down swings. So being below this is not great. That really does open up a lot of scenarios for short sellers, for the bears to take control. However, when you look at the Ichimoku chart, also not a great sign either, because we've closed below the cloud. The lagging span or the Chiku span, this black moving average, which isn't really moving average, is below the bodies of the candlesticks in open space. So from a 4-hour perspective, things here for Bitcoin look really ugly. The only positive thing on the 4-hour chart here within the Ichimoku system is that there's a Kumo twist that occurs right here, really between 8 and noon a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is something to pay attention to, because Kumo twists are when the cloud shifts from green to red, or red to green, and that is often if something's trending strongly into one of those turns, one of those twists rather, that is sometimes a really good indication that that swing lower or swing high has been found. So this is an area to watch for over the next couple hours. Definitely to see how Bitcoin responds here. Now looking at Ethereum. So Ethereum, I went on at length yesterday about the gaps between the importance of the gaps between the bodies of these candlesticks and the Tenkan-sen, and how equilibrium likes to get reestablished either by price returning to the Tenkan-sen or by time. And I didn't even really think to look at it yesterday, because the high from Monday would definitely shift over 9 periods, and it shifted right back up to where it's at. So equilibrium here has been reestablished, and so the threat of that downside move, it still exists, because we are still kind of elevated on some other time frames, but right now it looks pretty good. Now looking at the Bitcoin dominance chart, this is on the daily chart, so the daily Bitcoin dominance chart. It is definitely continuing to fall here. We've gone from 57%, which was back on the 13th of April, down to 53.73%. So this is definitely showing signs of Bitcoin dropping off here as far as its performance against the rest of the market. What we want to see happening now is if you're an altcoin bug, you want to see alts continue to gain and improve and outperform Bitcoin while Bitcoin continues to go down or stay flat. And we are kind of seeing that right now. And we're going to take a look at some altcoins now that have some pretty good setups here for long positions. First one I want to take a look at here is Algorand. Now, Algorand is it has had better days. It had this inverse head and shoulders pattern on the weekly chart that it broke out above back in February, returned inside of it. That's usually a good sign of a bull trap. But instead, what you've seen happen here is this trend line is the neckline of that older pattern, which we're still inside of. Well, not really, actually. Anyways, the level to watch out for is a return above 20 cents back to really 21 cents. Any weekly or daily close at or above 21 cents would likely trigger a pretty good drive up for Algorand because it is very much underperforming the rest of the market. OX or ZRX, this is another crypto that looks pretty good here for long opportunity. You've got a very textbook style looking bullish pennant, or some people might even call it a flag, depending on how you want to draw it. The most important thing here is that you can see prices have started to coil, constrict, and consolidate after a big move on the 17th of May. The RSI has started to drip down. It's now in its first support zone here at 50. And the level I would look at is a close that is the highest close of the last 3 days. So if it can close above 57 cents for today, that would be awesome. Or tomorrow, if this kind of structure remains and it can close above 56 cents, that would be great too. Using a Fibonacci extension, we can kind of get an idea without going into a ton of other analysis of where prices might end up. If it does go long, you can see that the 100% extension at 73 cents is pretty much spot on with this swing high over here back in early April. Then above that, you've got the 87 cents and the 98 cent, which is might as well say a dollar near the 200% extension. So that's something else to look at on ZRX. Another altcoin that looks really, really great, poised for a nice drive up here, is Tezos. This is a bullish pennant, also an ascending triangle, which is one of the strongest bullish continuation patterns that you'll ever find. This is a very easy look if you're looking for a breakout. It's really a close at or above $1. Any daily close at $1 above, that is likely the long entry that a lot of bulls are looking for. The RSI is perfect for this kind of break. I mean, this out of the ones we've looked at so far, I like this setup the most from a short-term trading perspective. I wouldn't hold on to it for very long. You've got this fib retracement up here at 112, but Tezos does look very good for a breakout here relatively soon. And that will do it for me. Thank you all for watching. I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow.